Hi everyone, welcome to Module 3. Module 3 is going to be on study skills. Study skills is very important it's very important to know what works best for you. So Module 2 was on your personality, which you learn more about yourself and what kind of personality you have. You took your personality assessment. Well, this assignment you're going to take your study skills assessment. So we're going to review over the definition of study skills, the types of study skills, and test-taking strategies. Study skills are one of the most important factors when being in school. Having good study skills can help you accomplish your learning. There are many types of study skills that are out there. You will find out which one works best for you when you take your assessment. Then you have your test-taking strategies, and that's another important tool to have. You will need to find your own way of studying. So because everyone learns differently. I know as a teacher, you have to find different ways to teach your kids because every kid learns differently. We're just the same. I'm the same. Like if I'm studying, I have to be in a quiet area. There's just certain things I've got to do to stay constant, to stay motivated and to stay engaged with my work. So, types of study skills. One of the main things is time management. This is the key component. You will need to first know how what needs to be done was the first thing. What needs to be done for your course? You need to read your materials. You need to make sure you set times for everything and make sure you have time to do spend time on each individual assignment. And then how long you have to complete it. You can't complete everything in 1 hour. That's just impossible. If you can, then good. That's awesome. Reading the material is the key thing too. You'll need to make sure you give yourself plenty of time to read the required readings that are given to you. And then taking notes. To highlight the key components, what you think is important. So you can go back when you're studying and study your highlighted information, what you think is important, what the teacher says is important. You gotta listen to key words. Time management. You need to create a study time every night and every day. You'll need to have a daily structured time. It had to be the same time because I'm sure you have other things going on, but you need to make sure you set a time. It doesn't matter what time it is, just make sure you have a time every day. Just like I said, planning your time is important. In order to make sure you have everything completed, you need to make a list of what needs to be done and spend time on each assignment each day. When you're taking a test, do not spend too much time on one question. Never second guess yourself. Believe in yourself. I know that I had issues with that when I was in college, second guessing myself, and I still do it till this day. But never second guess yourself because more than likely you are always right. And then when you second guess yourself, then it's obviously it's going to be wrong. Just always believe in yourself. And then on the readings, go back and read on your reading assignment. There's a lesson 16. It's more about time management. I would like you to go back and read more about time management. Reading and working in required text. So, if of course you have a required textbook you have to get. And some classes, like this class, I give you the reading assignments, so it's required for you. So you have courses that, the professors give you the reading assignments, and then they'll have you buy the textbook. So the reading study skill, when you are reading the material, it helps you to learn about the world around you. Think about what the author is trying to say and what it means to you. And also think about the importance of the reading and how could you incorporate it into your life. Like how could you incorporate it into your work? How could you use it in your everyday life? Some steps to think about when completing your assignments. Make sure you pre-read your assignments, rubrics for your important assignments. It's important to read over your assignments to make sure you have completed each task. And then make sure you read the chapter. Make sure you read the whole chapter and take notes on things that you think is important, because if you don't read the whole chapter, then you might miss something very important. And then it's important to review your notes to ensure that you are prepared. And test taking strategies. When you're taking a test, here's some helpful tips. Pre-read the questions. Reread your questions. You have time. Especially for this class, you have 10 minutes to complete 5 questions that you should know. If you read the material and you did what you're supposed to do, then you should know the answer pretty quick. So, read the problems very carefully. Make sure you read it very carefully and really see what it says, because sometimes it says which is not or which is. So make sure the key words. Make sure you pay attention to the key words. And if you have any time left, then review your answers. I know that having time tests, I know it rushes you, but just take your time. Make sure you take deep breaths. If you read the material, then you should be fine. Taking notes, which is a type of study skill. Taking notes is one of the very most important skills also. So like I said, write down important details, highlight key words, and taking notes will increase your understanding of what you heard and will help you remember what you learned. So, and then remember to take notes for reviewing over a test. When you've completed a test and it's graded, make sure you go over your missed questions and review them. Make sure, and then, because there's sometimes, like I said, that you misread and you say, oh, I thought that said which is not, which really it said, something else. Write down thoughts about how to improve while taking a test. Tips might be slowing down. Slow down when you're taking a test. Don't just rush yourself. Rereading the question and answers. Don't just read the question once and answer and then go on. Read about 2 or 3 times to make sure you understand the question and you have it 100% right. And then making sure you mark the right answer. That's going back to second guessing yourself. Just make sure you believe in yourself and you don't second guess yourself. And taking notes is a very key important. That's very, very important. And let's see. And then your conclusion. Make sure you complete the discussion post. Remember that you have to make your initial post by a certain date, and you have to respond to 2 classmates by the make sure you do it by the date. The next thing would be to complete your module quiz, which is the 5-question quiz. You have 10 minutes to answer, just like I told you. Don't rush it. I know it's 10 minutes and it's 5 questions, and you're probably saying, "Oh, it's probably easy." But make sure you read the question very carefully and you understand the question and you make sure you mark the right answer. And then the last thing you're going to do is complete your study skills assignment. What you're going to do is you're going to go on the URL like you did in last module, and you're going to complete your own study skills assessment, and then you are going to screenshot it and send it to me through the Canvas, or you can print it off and scan it, however you want to do it. As long as it's turned in to me on the right date, then you're fine. So have a great night. Hi everyone, welcome to Module 3.